Hey guys, this is the Donphanatic in real life. So look, this is me. I'm going to give you a quick twirl so you can memorise my ugly looks. Today I'm bringing you the first battle on this channel, the Pokemon Wi-Fi Battle Community channel. This is a new battle I had against Sucker4Jessica on the Nitude Zap Chat. Of course your battles don't need to be like against high profile guys like Sucker4Jessica. But it's quite a nice way to launch this channel, so I say we get right into this battle because I'm boring myself and I'm sure I'm boring you. So let me quickly get this battle going. So up here, as you can probably see, it's like here somewhere, and you can see we're using quite a few NU Pokemon that in the NU tier that you don't even see used much in the NU tier. So I'm guessing that's quite good. You can see my Pokemon. I've probably got 5 of the sets are probably standard Smogon sets you can find. Possibly Jinx, you might not, it's kind of one I just made up. I also completely made up my, what's it called, Macadium set, so I hope you kind of see the potential in this set. He's got quite a few threats on his team. I'm not liking the look of Regigigas and Swellow, as they're his main physical threats, I guess. He hasn't got much special threats. He's got a Simipour, but I can handle that well with my Scarfed Rotom. So we're now getting into the battle, and I'm going to start off with my Scarfed Rotom, predicting him to start off with his Simipour, which he actually does. I also just realised you can see my brother's Katy Perry poster in his room, so please enjoy that as well, but keep your eyes on the battle. I go for the Volt Switch, stupidly, not remembering he actually has Torterra left alive, which is not good news for me, because now I have to switch in, and he can go for a move of his choice, which he picks as Stealth Rock. So I went into Wheezing, well, for like 4 different reasons really. I have Levitate in case he wants to go for Earthquake. Not that he would, because Rotom's a flying type, Fan is anyway. I can burn it, poison it, I'll go for a poison move, but I don't actually have a poison move on this Wheezing. So I go for the Will-O-Wisp, which he actually goes into his Grumpig for. I'm guessing Grumpig Burn doesn't really matter to him that much. I predict the Thunder Wave though, amazingly. I don't understand how I did, because I've never come up against a Grumpig before, and if I have, it must have been a long time ago, because I can't remember. And that allows me a free switch, so I can get a Rock Polish off on this thing, because this thing isn't really able to hit many Pokemon for much damage, and as you can see, he's not liking it, but he does get up screens, which is not good. So in comes Regigigas, now has a slow start, which gives me a good chance of surviving with this Fridon, but with all like that reflect stuff, you can just see the health bar go down like a smidgen, in the words of MBZ. But I get another Rock Polish off for some reason. I don't understand why. I should have probably carried on going for physical attacks to keep his HP going down. But he gets to the Confuse Ray, so he can't paralyze me, so Confusion is probably the best thing he can do to me right now. But he gets to the Focus Punch, obviously hoping I hurt myself in Confusion. But no, I actually get through, and I actually hit with the Stone Miss, the Stone Edge, whatever you want to call it, Stone Miss as it's known in the community too. So, I was going for a critical hit because it was quite a high critical hit ratio, but nah, it didn't hit, of course. I actually break through Confusion again to hit with an Earthquake this time, so I didn't want to sort of worry about missing Stone Edge. He goes for the Iron Head, but Eviolite Rhydon takes nothing. Well, takes everything like it was nothing, really. He goes for another Focus Punch while I'm confused still, and I break through again with the Earthquake. Quite happily, because Focus Punch wouldn't be appreciated by this Rhydon much at all. Even though I'm Eviolite, it probably wouldn't kill me because he's still got a slow start going. I snap out of Confusion this time. I go for the Crunch. I'm wanting the Defense drop. I get a critical hit and I get the Defense drop. So that works both ways for me. I don't really care. But all hacks is going my way so far. He goes for the Confuse Ray again. Knowing I'm not in Confusion anymore. And yeah, that kind of screws me over. And now I think his Regigigas finally gets his act together. But for some reason he switches. Because I think he's thinking his screens are gonna run out. Yeah, Light Screen and Reflect. But he actually goes into Torterra to kind of wall my Rhydon. Right, the opposing team's Reflect is worn out. I'm faster, I hit it with an Earthquake. Now this is like a max attack, plus 4 speed. Now did absolutely nothing. I'm kind of leaving Rhydon in to die. I don't care if it dies because I probably didn't need it, but now looking over the video again, I probably will, and take on its Swellow, as you will see in bits. I also need to try and think of giving it Stealth Rock. It might have Stealth Rock, I just didn't put it up. I can't remember. So I scare him out with my Cryogonal, but I'm actually a dual screening one, not I have Ice Beam of course, but not one to actually physically hurt it. I probably would have killed it because it's ×4, but I get the Reflect up, which I consider to be the most important screen, but I can also set up the light screen because he switches into Grumpig, and Grumpig can't do much to me anyway. He goes for the light screen just in case I wanted to attack him with Cryogonal, because Cryogonal is a special Pokemon, but it doesn't bother me. Burn's hurting him, I don't really care. But I want to switch out now, thinking he's going to set up the Reflect. That way it gives me a free switch. So I've gone into my Bronco, but it actually goes for the Thunder Wave, which is quite annoying because Cryogonal's quite fast, that's good. It's good I kept Cryogonal unparalyzed, but this is my physical attacking Swords Dance set, Meganium, and a non-paralyzed physical attack is always nice because you can pretty much land any hit you want. So in comes Torterra. I'm paralyzed, so I can't do anything to it, which is quite good because it kind of keeps it a secret still. And for some reason here, he double switches. I don't know if he's predicting a Toxic from Kanana's Stalling set or whatever. So he goes into Regigigas with Slow Start again, so he's got to regain all his Slow Start. Maybe he just wants to benefit from Light Screen and Reflect with Slow Start. But I actually do get the Swords Dance off this time, not being paralyzed. Now he sees I'm a physical attacking variant, and that must have caught him off guard. Because in his side of the video, which I'll put in the description, the commentator actually didn't expect me to be a physical Bronco, or Broncho as he called him, Meganium. So he confuses me, so I'm confused and paralyzed, so I haven't really got much hope for this Meganium anymore. I might as well just stay in here and try and do as much damage of it as I can. He goes for the Iron Head, so he's going to try and flinch me, paralyze me, or confuse me, and I actually break through all three, and I get a Seed Bomb. Now, bearing in mind, this is a +2 with a Meganium that has crap attack stats, and it has Reflect up, and that does about a quarter. So without Reflect, I'm guessing it might have actually killed it. But I'm going to take my chance here to go for a Swords Dance, knowing that another Seed Bomb will take him down from that range. So he goes into Swellow, obviously to resist the Seed Bomb. I probably should have gone for it, because it would have done a lot of damage, even with the Reflect. The Swellow isn't the most bulky Pokemon, but I actually predict the switch and go for the Swords Dance, so I'm now at +4, and I play a bit of mind games with him here. Sorry, I'm not very well. I play some mind games. He's going to predict my switch, so he's going to U-turn to get switch initiative still. But I actually stay in, and due to Meganium's awesome bulk anyway, I actually take that hit fairly well for an attacking form. And at +4 Seed Bomb, I actually break through the paralyzation and confusion, and I hit him with a Seed Bomb. And to add insult to injury, I actually get a critical hit. Now, I think that crit mattered because Torterra is a huge monster, but it does take neutral damage only, and it's +4 and it's Meganium, so Seed Bomb's quite a powerful move too. I guess it might have mattered, who knows. In comes Grumpig to set up the Reflect. He's got one screen to pick. He can set up Reflect or Light Screen. And considering this Meganium's quite a big threat to his team, Reflect's probably the better idea here, but Grumpig dies, which means no more screens for me. That's absolutely wonderful, fine, who cares. It's good for me he set up the Reflect, because as soon as my Meganium dies, I haven't got any more physical attackers left. So, he goes for Brave Bird this time. Obviously, he wanted to get this thing dead. He knows that from last time that the U-turn probably wouldn't have killed me from the HP I had after leftovers. So, I go into #1 fan, because he probably figures out I'm Scarfed. What Rotom isn't Scarfed these days? Unless it's leftovers, which you'd have seen by now. So, he swaps out. He hasn't got a Light Screen up, so I can go for the Volt Switch freely to hurt this Regigigas big time. I could have probably gone for Thunderbolt and continued to go through his whole team. That would have probably been a better option, and as you'll see later, it probably would have helped me out a lot. So in comes Jinx. Jinx is an absolute monster in NU. It has a very good speed stat. It's like 317 when it's max. That's pretty pacey. It's got an absolutely monstrous special attack, and with dual typings of Ice and Psychic, which are very good against the big name types like Fighting and Dragon and Grass and any of them, you can take it out. Plus it can learn things like Shadow Ball, of course you've got Hidden Power, so it can actually pack a punch. So he goes for a very, very smart play here, leaving his Regigigas to die, and he goes for the U-turn, which is super effective. So I guess that could be a downside to Jinx. Well, it's got very abysmal physical defenses, but he breaks my sub. I could have possibly predicted it and gone for another one, but I'm Life Orbed and I haven't got any way of recovering health. A Life Orbed resisted, well, max special attack, but timid nature. Jinx is going to do nearly half, and that's pretty good. Considering it's resisted it, maybe Kling Klang doesn't have the best special defenses, who knows. But he goes to the shift gear, which really, I should have probably known he'd have it, because that's his signature move, but I wasn't expecting it really, because I've never played a Kling Klang before. So he goes to the return. I'm guessing he didn't want to miss the gear grind. His gear grind isn't that reliable with accuracy. I think it's like 80% or something. Don't quote me on that, because I'm not entirely sure, because I've never used one before. So leftovers is going to happen, and his reflect wears off. Not that it matters, because I only have special attacks left. In goes my Smogon, if you get the nickname with this video, like. He goes to the substitute, which caught me off guard completely, because I went for the Will-O-Wisp, so this thing's a physical attacker, and I wanted it to be burnt, so it can't do anything. But luckily for me, my Weezing has Fire Blast. I could have probably given it Flamethrower for accuracy, but Fire Blast is going to do that a bit more damage that I need on Weezing, because its special attack isn't that good, and it's it's not stab. So super effective. Fire Blast is going to break the sub for that thing. So he can either go for another sub again, or he can go and attack me. If he attacks me and doesn't kill me, I'll be able to kill him with a Fire Blast, or he can sub again and I'll just hit him with another Fire Blast. But he goes for the gear grind, and luckily for me, he only gets 2 turns, so Hatch has really been going my way this game. But I go for the Fire Blast, and that's actually going to kill his Kling Klang, which is pretty good. He thought he'd live it, but obviously not. So, yeah, that's Kling Klang dead. So now he's down to his last 2 Pokemon, his Simipour and his Swellow. So now he gets the Hydro Pump, and Karma here, guys, I don't think it really mattered, but he actually gets a critical hit with the Hydro Pump. Weezing isn't my, well, it's not a special defensive wall, it's my physical wall. It doesn't have the best HP stats, so I'm guessing it didn't really matter. Now here I make a stupid play and go for the Volt Switch, which means I'm going to take Stealth Rock damage when I come back in. So Volt Switch is actually going to be enough, because this is my Modest Scarf one, I believe. I don't know if Jolly or whatever would kill it or not, whatever. But I actually expected it to be Focus Sash, so maybe it's like a berry of some sort, because it can abuse Gluttony. But I have 2 Pokemon left. Here's one. Here's Swellow. It's going to be faster than my Cryogonal. Cryogonal's quite fast, but Swellow's faster, and plus Cryogonal has no physical defense whatsoever. So it's gonna get his Toxic down a bit. So I'm thinking every little bit helps. I'm going into Scar